And I think, oh, this guitar, by the way, yeah, I got it as a Christmas present, and it came in a box in bits. It cost 70 quid from China. It was one of these kits that you get to build your own guitars, and it was because I was really ill with Lyme's disease, and I couldn't do much. So my wife, God love her, she got this from one of my Christmas presents, and she said, well, you know, when these guitar kits, what came in? I said, well, a Gibson 355 would be really nice. I said, like, you know, and sure enough, she got me this box, and in this box was this guitar. Well, it was all in bits. Nothing was assembled. It's a thing like that, like, you know. So I put it together, and back in the 80s, 70s, well, it must have been early 80s. I bought a guitar. My wife and I had my then wife and I had a huge argument one day, and she threw my gigging guitar out the window. I lived in a flat in South London, and she threw my guitar out the window in the middle of this argument. My guitar, it was my gigging guitar, and basically it hit the deck several floors below and was unplayable. And I had a gig that night, so I had to go and buy a guitar. So I went to the Wing Music in Bromley, so in Kent, and they just got a batch of guitars in from China or Japan or somewhere like that, wherever they came in, for Indonesia. I don't know where this guitar. It was a Hondu, but it was sugar pink Les Paul, in the style of a Les Paul, and it was just so sugar pink, and it was so shocking. I said, I'm going to have it. And she actually said, like, if you buy that guitar, I'm divorcing you. So I bought the guitar. She didn't divorce me. But what I did was I bought two pickups. I bought a DiMarzio humbucker, and I bought a Schlitz. It went on the bridge, and on the neck when I put a DiMarzio. And I basically, in the shop there, we just ripped all the guts out of this Hondu, and I put these things in. I soldered in these things, and I soldered them directly to the jack socket, so there's no volume or tone controls. And basically, I had a switch that you could switch. I just put the switch, wired it so you could switch to the neck pickup, both pickups, and the bridge pickup. So you got that nice, you got the thing, and that's all the thing. Because I realised whenever I played, everything was up full. Because you're playing, and I always just basically wanted just to play the instrument. I didn't want to sort of like I didn't want to have to tones and all this sort of like that. I basically went straight into an amp and basically played it. So, and the tonal variation I got was from that. So I thought I would bypass all the electrics and just go straight to the jack and go out. And you get, yeah, and basically this Hondu sounded like a DC-10. We got it set up, and I played with it, and it was great. It's a fabulous guitar. It was so good, that Hondu, that it was used on several famous groups' recordings. Because I was, at the time, I'm not going to drop names or anything like that, but there was a couple of sort of like famous groups at the time who were recording, and they basically wanted to use my guitar because it had such a hot sound. It was so hot. So when I put this together, I did the same thing. Now these pickups are the shit Chinese pickups that came with it, but because there's no electrics, there's no attenuation in line. This one is quite lovely, and I mean the amp that I'm playing this through was somebody. I mean, because in my village where I live, I'm known as a guitarist, and I play sort of like at the local pub quite regularly. Just go out on a Friday night and we just have a jam session, like we just jam away. And we put scratch bands together, and basically, and it's things. So, but this, I put it together, and I was really quite unwell at the time when I put it together, and I did play it in a couple of gigs with it, with not for only just one or two songs, but it was a bit of a dog. And recently, I thought, well, I'll just see if there's any salvation in it, you know, if I can save it or anything. And so I've just stripped it down about a week ago, and reset the neck. The neck was all out of adjustment, everything. But I got the neck set really. I just took all the tension off the neck, and it went in quite nicely. The intonation on it is lovely. It actually does things, and with this straight through, even though you got shit pickups on it sounds all right. So if ever you're, you know, I mean, there's a lot of bollocks about guitars. There is a lot of bollocks about guitars, you know, and I do have a Gibson Les Paul. I have the Gibson Marauderer, I have a Fender Telecaster, I have a really, really lovely guitar called a Legend. It's a Canadian jobby, and it's a slimline telly with P90s on it. They're the pickups, the P90s are the pickups. And that beautiful guitar is an eBay purchase. And that guitar, I noticed actually for quite a few years, during the gigs when I was playing, that all the photographs came back, that every photograph came back, I had that Legend, that I was playing the Legend. At the moment, I tend to be playing the Les Paul, is the 3 pickup black Les Paul with a whammy bar, and I mean everybody in the band says it's great, you know. I want to get the Legend back into the band again on a couple of songs at least. But I think this guitar is going to be my guitar that I sit at home and play, and I probably will play it out, you know, now and again. But let's do that. I'm not a great guitarist. I like playing guitar, but I'm not a brilliant guitarist, but I do enjoy it. And so if ever you want to get yourself a cheap guitar that actually can play, those kits you can get from China are not a bad call. You know, I painted it yellow because my other one was pink, and I just had some yellow car spray paint, so I just sprayed it yellow. Okay, and that is my signature on it, like, you know, because I was feeling rather pretentious. And when I did it, like, but I'm quite pleased with it, and I really enjoy playing it. And the nice thing is I put acoustic guitar strings in it, just because that's what I had. I wanted some 12s on there because it had 10s on there, and I wanted some 12s on there, and I had some 12 acoustic guitar strings, so I put these 12s on it, and it plays really quite nice, not plugged in. So if you not plugged in, I know you can't hear it so much, but it's got enough, just enough to sort of like sit down and play without it being plugged in. Yeah. But there you go. That's my yellow guitar. Yeah, he said pink, you know, colour.